Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. I know you're enjoying this little coolness in the air. It's going to be one of these brisk, fine mornings. So get up and enjoy it, and also enjoy our show today. We've got a great one lined up. We have our Students of the Month this year for the first time. You're going to really enjoy those young people. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500, the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Run by and see those folks. All kind of good programs over there. High today is going to be 85 and low tonight 67. There's up in Birmingham, it's like 51 up there. Water temperature is 82 degrees. That's a constant 82 last 3 or 4 days. I was checking the rainfall. You know, we've had so much rainfall, but I was checking the year to date. I try to keep up with that because we had such a dry period, you know, previously before all this rain came in. And normally this time of year we'd have 46 inches of rain. Well, I checked it last night. We've actually had only 38 inches of rain, so we're not really up to our normal amount of rain per year. So I know it seems like the last couple of weeks, the last month or so, we've just been deluged with all kind of rain, but we just haven't caught up to the average yet. Okay, but the weekend is looking good now. I'm looking at the forecast for the weekend. It's going to be a high about mid 80s and low about 71. All right, let's take a look at our tide chart. You'll have that here, Jeff, the tide chart. We're looking on the 20th right here. We have a low tide at 11:54 and a high tide at 8:23. A good motion right there. 8:23 this morning with a low tide. It'll be coming in all day. All right, and also we'll talk about the rivers tomorrow for getting ready for the weekend. We don't do it every day, so today we're going to skip it, but we'll do them again tomorrow. Those river readings. Okay. Now once a week we like to call down at St. Joe and get a report on Apalachicola Bay and St. Joe Bay. We'll get a report from Captain Blair Morgan, who lives down there, out there every day, somewhere around the water, somewhere in the woods, and it's brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. Good morning, Blair.
Good morning, Winston. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
What's going on down there?
Sorry I missed your call, but yesterday, the power was off at my house up in the woods, so couldn't get to you, but you got me today.
All right.
But I tell you what, Winston, you know, a lot of the tourists and everybody's gone right now, so it's pretty much just locals kicking around. But out here in St. Joe Bay, they're still getting a lot of scallops, and I'm told there's a lot of scallops in the deeper holes because the water's been so dirty now for about a month. People haven't been able to go, you know, in the deep water. They've been able to stay shallow. So that's a good sign, and we're catching a few flounders still off the wall there at the marina. But I did hear over at Sykes Cut in Apalachicola Bay that the big bull reds are really running there, and you can catch all the sheephead you want over there as well.
That's good.
Sykes Cut. Other than that, you know, a lot of my buddies there, they've been gator hunting and getting ready for bow season and all this stuff that's coming up.
I understand. The same thing's going on over here. Has anybody done any kind of surf fishing you know of, or is it still sort of a little muddy?
The weather's been over here on the Cape has not been very good for surf fishing, Winston. There really hasn't been much going on over here. Between the rain and the wind that we've been having, very few people have been able to surf fish. Okay,
well, we look forward to a better week next week and maybe a good weekend this weekend.
That sounds good.
All right, Blair, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, buddy, we'll see you later. All right, folks, we'll take our first break and we'll be back with our special guest. All right, welcome back. Look at these two fine young people we have. Okay, these are our Students of the Month. Okay, Brooke Wilkie. Good morning, Brooke.
Good morning, Coach Chester.
Greg Gladden. Good morning. Now listen, it was, you know, these are our first students of the year this year, and it was so easy to pick these out. I mean, they were just jumped out at me. I started looking the first day. Of course, I've known them a while going through school there at Mosley, but they're seniors now, and we're glad to pick them out and glad to have you on the show. So, Brooke, I'm on, let you and Greg talk about yourself and act like you're in class. Just keep talking a lot now, okay, like you do in class. But, Brooke, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Brooke, and I've pretty much grown up around the outdoors. My grandma lives on a farm in Eufaula, Alabama, and I've pretty much grown up on hunting and fishing up there, and I love to play softball. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet, but
Okay.
pretty much about me.
All right. And let me go and interject this too. Her dad coaches there with me, Brian Wilkie, and her mom's a physical therapist, but her granddad, y'all may remember her granddad, the late George Cochran, used to be our football coach at Mosley, and I coached with him many, many years ago at Rutherford. And we were used to, he was the first guy to ever take me king mackerel fishing. I don't know if I ever told you that. So he was a good mentor to me. So tell us about yourself, Greg.
Hi, I'm Greg. I love the outdoors. I love to fish and hunt. I play baseball at Mosley. I've grown up around fishing. My grandparents took me fishing all my life. My grandparents live on Deer Point Lake, and I have another that lives on East Bay. So I've just grown up around fishing.
Now tell us, who are your grandparents?
My grandparents on my mom's side are Greg Boggs and Paulette Boggs. And then my grandparents on my dad's side are Susie Gladden and Michael Gladden.
Okay, so maybe a lot of times, we're talking about being grandparents and taking kids hunting and fishing and all these, you see some of the results, because I know your grandparents did that with you some too when you were little. Now, ironically, both these softball player and a baseball player here, well, I didn't pick them out because of that, but they're both really good at the sport they play. What position you play, Brooke?
Second base.
Second base, and Greg?
Catcher.
You're the catcher, and I watched the playoffs last year, and we had a good run in softball and baseball, and we're going to do it again this year, right?
Yes, sir. We're going to go further.
Yeah, we're going to go further this year. Okay. Now, we're going to start showing some pictures. I always tell my kids to bring some pictures and let folks see all the different times of your lives and all. So let's check this one out first, Brooke. What is that?
Oh, that's me fishing when I was little. It was on a trip out west whenever we went fishing, and we caught some rainbow trout.
Now, your big sister, Bethany.
Yes.
And she's a senior in college now?
Yes, sir, at Armstrong Atlantic in Savannah, Georgia.
That's amazing. Y'all have grown up so fast. Now, who caught the most fish there?
Me.
Oh, you did? All right, now we're going to do it with another vertical picture here. Jeff, is that good? So tell us about this one here.
That is my first bass that I've ever caught. It was at one of my grandma's ponds that she has up in Eufaula. It's my first bass ever.
Okay. Greg, let's see a couple of your pictures. You got any? Greg's going to start off with a big fish right here.
Don't show me up.
What is it, saltwater, freshwater?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about this one, Greg.
That's a redfish I caught in the past. Sometime over the summer, I don't know, me and my friend Trey fish. So I catch fish like that all the time.
Oh man, that's a nice fish right there. Okay, and then I know you always get the kids to talk about the summer. I know, Greg, you had a good summer. Is that good? All right. Nice red snapper there. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, that's a red snapper. I didn't get to go much this season, but that's one that I did catch. So
okay.
It wasn't too big, but it's good eating fish.
How far out were y'all on that one?
I think we went about 20 miles straight out of the bass.
Okay. All right, we're going to take our next break, and we're going to be right back with our young people. All right, welcome back. Sitting here with Brooke Wilkie and Greg Gladden, our students of the month for the first time this year. Moses Seniors, both of y'all are 17 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
And your birthday is going to be when?
Sunday.
Sunday, you'll be 18, and Greg, you'll be?
June 20th.
So you're actually going through your whole senior year as a 17-year-old.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we were talking about things you enjoy at school, all the way back to elementary school and middle school and all that. What are some things y'all have enjoyed growing up and all?
In elementary school, my favorite thing would have been field day. I love
field day.
Like, I love going back to help with field day. Like, field day was my favorite day for elementary school.
Okay, and what about in high school? What do you enjoy?
I love going to the games, like supporting my team. I love being a part of a team, and I love being part of clubs and just enjoying my high school year.
Okay, Greg?
All the way through school, I played sports, so I enjoy going to sports after school. And through high school, I like all the clubs and pep club, of course, and and just attending all the sports games, like football games and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we noticed, I noticed them in the class and all. They're real. Y'all have such a good class of seniors. Y'all all seem like it'll be a real close group. I've noticed that camaraderie that y'all have had and all. Now, we talked about later on, I know, Brooke, your mom's a physical therapist, and what did you say you wanted to do later on?
A physical
You're
therapist.
going to be like a physical therapist.
Just like her.
Okay, so you'll follow football. Now, Greg, what about you?
I'd like to be a How do I say this? Florida Fish and Wildlife Officer.
We talked about that before. We used to call them game wardens, but now we call them fish and wildlife officers. That's the first thing that impressed me about Greg in class. I let him introduce himself. He said, I always ask him in the first day of class, what do you want to be? Well, Greg was right up with it. He wanted to be a fish and game officer. He'll make a good one because he's got a great background in it, and you'll. I've got 3 or 4 kids out of my class now that are active. I still call them game wardens, but that would be fun. Now, let's got a couple more pictures here. Talk about this one right here, Brooke.
That was me growing up on my grandma's farm, and that horse actually lived to be like over 30, but that's Bar. He was like a pretty good horse, but
wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty old horse, and that's what we always did. We used to go up there. We always used to ride horses, and the 2 in the back we could not ride. They were not.
We couldn't ride them?
Mm-mm.
I know y'all, horses, like I said, have been a big part of your life. I can remember way back when y'all were doing this, and your granddad always loved horses and all.
Yes,
he
loved horses.
Now, how big is your farm? Your grandmother's farm up there? I know it's big up in New
Yeah,
Falls.
I don't know the acres.
I've hunted it before, and if you remember last year, that's when I passed up that big old buck. It was too far off to shoot, but now you've had some good luck shooting, right?
Yes, sir.
In fact, we're going to show one that you got recently. Tell us about this buck right here.
That was my first buck. It was with my dad, and when it first stepped out, like, my heart pretty much dropped. Like, I was so nervous, and after I shot it, I could not stop shaking. But that was a good moment to have with my dad because I think it's a good.
That's cool. That's cool. And Greg, I know you like to catch those big bull reds. You got this one on the Hathaway Bridge?
Yes, sir, I do.
Tell us what you caught this one on. You remember?
That was when the tide was going out pretty strong, and I'm sure it was a full moon, and the crabs were floating out of the pass and out of all the bridges. So the redfish came up on top of the water. So I had a pretty big blue crab, threw him out and let him float on top of the water, and redfish came up and got him.
Oh man, I bet. How long did it take you to land him?
Not too long. I don't know. I got some muscles, so.
Who all know?
Just kidding.
When you go fishing, who are some of your fishing buddies and all that?
I fish with my friend Trey Lloyd and Brandon. My other friend Brandon.
Oh,
Davis.
Brandon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, who are some of your friends you do outdoor stuff with?
Pretty much my parents and
Okay.
Troy.
Okay. Now, yeah, Troy is your boyfriend, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's a good outdoorsman.
Mm-hmm.
And, in fact, the last time we were at Cape San Blas, I was pulling up at a state park, and the first person I saw at a boat ramp, I expected to see somebody from Georgia, but the first person I saw was Brooke standing at the boat ramp, and y'all were getting ready to go scallop, and y'all were camping for the weekend.
Yes, sir.
Y'all do a lot of camping.
We go every year.
Yeah, that's neat. Now, this year, do y'all have any specific goals y'all want to accomplish this year in school? Like, I know you want to win a state championship in softball and baseball. I know that's always foremost. But what are some other things y'all want to do your senior year?
I know for grade-wise, I want to finish in the top 5% of my class.
Top 5%. Okay, that's a good goal.
That's grade-wise.
Okay, Greg.
I'm looking to pass high school. No.
I always laugh with this between the boy and the girl. It's been generation after generation. I was the same way, Greg, in school, and the girls I knew were the same way as that. So that some things never change. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take. I've got some other pictures we're going to show you. Got another picture? What else you got? I tell y'all to bring a lot of pictures.
I got a whole bunch.
Now tell us about this one. Let's see. All right.
Okay, that's my granddad. He lives over on East Bay, and one summer afternoon we took his boat out over to the Tyndall Bridge, and just like the other bridge, the crabs were floating out, and that one we actually caught on I think it was a Zara spook on a just topwater lure in about 30-40 feet of water, and the redfish came up and got it. That's probably about a 35-40 pound redfish.
Wow.
Biggest redfish he's ever caught. So.
Well, he looks happy right there.
Yeah, he was happy.
All right, we're going to take our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with Brooke Wilkie and Greg Gladden, our students of the month, and we got all kind of stuff to share with you. But first, let's our express lane, our fish and game time for today. We're at 3:40 this morning to 5:40, and this afternoon from 4:20 to 6:20. 4:20 to 6:20. Okay. Now, I was just mentioning to y'all And don't forget, now on tomorrow's show, we have a Tarpon Dock Seafood giveaway. We're giving away $25 gift certificate and also giving away a big red snapper. So enter the drawings. If you haven't, entered, a lot of y'all have entered. You get a chance to win every Friday, plus all kinds of stuff to give away in between. Like yesterday, I gave away a T-shirt and all kinds of different stuff and all. I was asking y'all if y'all had to give we get a lot of young people watching the show. Believe it or not, elementary school kids are getting ready for school watching the show this morning. And if some of them are watching, what kind of advice, if you were a mentor or something, what kind of advice would you tell these young people? Greg?
I tell them just get in the outdoors early.
Getting outdoors at an early age. Oh, your parents hear that. Now you heard it from the horse's mouth. What about you, Brooke? What would you tell them?
To stay in school, don't drop out.
No, to stay in school and don't drop out. And school, there's a lot of fun things about school
Yeah.
too, isn't it? And you got a lot of homework too.
No, this year, yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
How do y'all like the 7 periods?
I like it.
Okay. All right. We wanted to show you a couple of pictures that were sent in to me. Ironically, we have one on redfish right here. I think we still have this one up. Check this out. This is Steve Brookins from 5-Star Trophies over there. Steve caught this is West Bay redfish. He caught this past weekend, and he caught and released this big redfish. Caught on top water there, and let's see, good one there. Okay. And so I've got a couple more too. So anyway, redfish are really are hitting it good over there. Greg, have you fished this past week or so?
No, sir, I haven't.
You haven't? You haven't had time?
No, busy school.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get back. You got some more pictures, or is that all your pictures? We got a big mount we're gonna show you too. Now, tell us about. Okay. Let's. Now hold up that mount while we're getting set up for the pictures. Brooke, why don't you tell us a story on this right here? Now that has a nice mount, European mount.
Yes, sir. I was by myself. It's one of my first times hunting by myself.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just.
And I was just sitting there, and I saw him walking down. He was in a lot of brush. Couldn't get a shot at him. And all of a sudden, he was chasing the doe in some brush, and all of a sudden he popped out, and she ran across this lane. And right when she ran across, she just went straight across, and he ran across and stopped in the middle for some reason and looked up at me. And I didn't have it focused on because I didn't think he was going to stop. And he ran away, and I was like, I missed my shot. I'm not, I was so mad. And then all of a sudden, it happens again. The doe runs in the same spot. They ran in a circle, came back, same spot, and he jumps out right behind her, stops again, and then I shot him. And when he walked out, it was this side. And I was walking up to it, I was like, I got an 8-point. And it's actually a 9-point, but this side, I walked up and I guess it probably broke off and then it grew back, but this is my second buck.
It's been in a fight or something, maybe.
Yeah, but this is my second buck, and it was pretty exciting because
it
was by myself, so I had to call my dad, and he didn't even know it was me.
How far off was your dad when you?
He was behind me, probably say 100 yards in a different stand.
Now you heard you shooting.
Yeah. He didn't think it was me. At first he thought it was from a different direction until I called him. And he was like, oh.
Was everybody excited in the family?
Yeah.
What'd your sister say?
She was proud of me. I don't think she was there that weekend, but she was proud of me. She actually shot a 12-point, so she's got me beat.
And there's some big deer up there too.
Yeah.
I've been up there when some of them been brought in. There's some really big deer. And we'll talk more about hunting up there and all later. Okay, Greg, what about this picture here? Show us.
That's a picture of me and my dad quail hunting on a plantation called South Point Plantation in Georgia. Every year, it's affiliated with his work. We go up there and get invited to this big hunt, and there's a bunch of credit unions and whatnot there, and we just hunt for quail all day.
All right, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
And you can see how well-rounded these young people are. But just on quail hunting, I quail hunt a couple times a year too, and I get as much fun just watching those dogs and the different things those dogs can do and all. I know y'all used to have some of the dogs.
Yeah, we used to quail hunt whenever my grandy was.
Yeah, I remember that.
My mom and him used to always do it.
Yeah. Now, do y'all do any dove hunting? Do y'all have a chance doing dove hunting?
Never tried it.
A lot of people don't dove hunt as much as they used to.
My mom tried to duck hunt, but not dove hunt.
She tried to duck hunt?
Yeah.
Your mom's a good outdoorsman.
She loves turkey hunting. That's what she does. She doesn't deer hunt as much. She loves turkey.
She actually calls the turkeys, right?
Yeah.
I got to get her on the show one day with her turkey hunting and all. Now, Greg, with the fall, do you do any floundering, gigging, or anything like that?
Every now and then I'll go with my granddad. We do some flounder gigging, yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you do any flounder fishing?
Flounder fishing, well, in the net, you know.
You got that picture?
Yeah.
I got it. This is a good picture right here now. He's out here. Tell us his background before we show the picture. What were y'all doing?
We were shrimping, getting ready for fishing the next day. We're gonna try to fish all day, so we're getting a bunch of shrimp ready.
So y'all just walking
Keeping them
along?
alive. Yeah, we were walking probably knee deep to less, and with nets and spotlights and spotting out their red eyes and just picking them up, putting them in a bucket, and putting them in a live well.
Okay, so what did you run across with this picture here?
Ran across a pretty nice flounder. I think it was like 17 inches, 18 inches or something.
You caught him in a net?
I caught him in that little bait net. I put the net in front of his nose and kicked him on the tail, and he swam right in there.
How deep water were y'all in?
Anywhere from knee deep to ankle deep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we got about a minute to y'all. Do y'all want to say a special hello, good morning, everybody?
Yeah. I'll say good morning to my mom and my dad.
Okay, Greg.
Good morning to all my friends and my family. Love you all.
Oh, that's great. Hey, now, we're starting out the way that, y'all going to be with us all year this year, and we're talking about some of the projects we're going to do. We're going to do the CEOs, of course, and then we're going to do the picking and the planting, but we're going to plant some bay grasses. And in fact, we're going to be working on that today at school, so we have somebody coming. Y'all excited about it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what else are y'all looking forward to in Outdoor Ed?
I'm looking forward. Don't we do certain fishing trips out of school?
Yeah, we'll do that. And also, most of the time I ask that question, everybody says the cookouts.
Oh, well, yeah,
wait for
of
the
course.
cookouts.
Well, hopefully we can work it out with the schedule.
We'll be having those pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all getting up this early.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're going to wrap it up and all. You see the kind of young people we have in our school system, and we ask you as a community to support these kind of people because they're so good to our program and all, and to our community. So thank y'all for coming on. Thank y'all for watching the show, folks. And sometimes you do something good for somebody, and you have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.